Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of my podcast series, which is on what is no contact. And I would also like to give you some tips on how to manage no contact. My podcasts are designed to help you thrive after your breakup. As ever, please like and subscribe, as it would really help me out. I am on other platforms which are more visual. The links are in the description below, but for YouTube, I like to adopt a podcast feel. So please sit back, listen, enjoy, and of course, leave any comments you may have below. So I am Marcos, and I am not an expat coach. Instead, I help people navigate their post-breakup healing journey in a healthy and secure way. Remember, no contact is for you to have the safe space to heal and learn from the breakup so you can rebuild a wonderful life for yourself. With every minute that passes during no contact, you are slowly letting go of your anxious side about no contact and moving towards a secure, confident individual. For those of you still open to a reconciliation with your ex, well, if you stay in no contact and do the inner work, then perhaps the unintended consequences of no contact, plus all the inner work you are doing, then your chances of getting your ex back may increase. But it's not within your control. Moving forward is. However, let us just go over some of the basics of no contact, and I want to give you some tips as well, as this will be a very anxious period for you. And remember, it's okay to feel your emotions, and no contact is your friend to allow you to process your emotions away from your ex. Okay, so with no contact, you are in no contact forever, unless your ex reaches out in a significant way, and you will be the judge of that. With no contact, and simply put, you are not going to initiate any contact with your ex. During no contact, you have to be true and consistent with it, and your intention is to heal and move forward and to focus all of your energy on yourself and not to get your ex back. Therefore, no calls, no texts, no emails, no DMs, no check-ins. With check-ins, this also means the use of family, mutual friends, and perhaps neighbours to get information about your ex. For the avoidance of doubt, no texting also includes no happy birthday texts, no congratulation texts, no condolences texts. You use no contact to give the breakup your ex asked for, so you devote zero attention to them. Look, the immediate post-breakup period is extremely hard, and coupled with no contact, your fear and anxiety levels are through the roof. I get that, I'm not going to lie. No contact is extremely hard. You have to remember you are addicted to your ex. You are addicted to the dopamine that either your ex or the relationship provided. So your body is asking you to go back to your ex. This is why you have such a determined mindset to get back with your ex immediately after your breakup. And that is why no contact is used to break this addiction and slowly move from being anxious to secure about no contact. So the reality of today's world is that we live in an era of instantaneous communication, such as texting or WhatsApp. If you add into the mix your anxiety and no contact, the urge to reach out to your ex is going to be unbearable. However, as you progress through no contact and put in the work, it will get easier. Trust me. However, at the onset, this is what I recommend. I suggest you delete the contact information from your telephone. You don't need it anymore. This is perhaps going to serve you well. It will stop any potential late night texting, drunk dials, and the classic accidentally on purpose dials. For online messaging services like WhatsApp, it will serve you well as you'll stop being fixated as to whether your ex is online. Furthermore, if your ex starts playing the blocking-unblocking game on WhatsApp, then if you have deleted their contact information, you'll never know. They can play that game by themselves. You need to stay on your healing journey and not waste energy on these games. Remember, consistency is the key. Once you've deleted the information, do not add it back in. It will set you back and your ex will sense the energy you are investing to type in their contact back into your phone. Trust me, they will pick up on it. There is another option you could do, which is to block them. Now, I have another podcast which explores this topic in further. However, as a spoiler, if you're going to block your ex, your intention has to be true. That is, you do not want to reconcile with your ex. The decision to block should not be based on emotions, so do not block when you are angry. And it has to be consistent. They stay blocked on all platforms and no blocking, unblocking. So no contact also extends to the virtual world, namely social media. And I have a separate podcast on what you should do with your social media during a breakup. But this podcast is focused on your ex's social media. Now, no contact means you have to stop looking at your ex's social media. I know this is so hard, but let me give you some tips on how to manage it. Again, the concept here is to be consistent and to prevent information about your ex getting through to you. So, if you or your ex do not use social media, brilliant, happy days. You just go about your life. However, if you do not follow your ex or your ex does not follow you, again, you remain consistent and you do not send follow requests, nor do you accept them from your ex or from random people you do not know. The tricky part is when you follow each other or their profile is public, so you have to see whether on that platform you can mute them or restrict them somehow. Again, if you do this, you have to be consistent. Look, a virtual connection is still a connection, and the aim here is to break that connection, break that addiction. If this is too complicated, and if there's any risk to your healing journey, just block them. But as with blocking them on the phone, you have to be true with your intention and consistent. So no block, unblock. So that is the digital world. Well, what about the real world? Well, the basics. You do not go around your ex's place, their family, or their neighbours. You leave them all alone. No drive-bys, no showing up at their work. Just leave them alone. It is what they wanted. If you know your ex's routine, gym, coffee shops, you don't show up. If your routine clashes, then you change yours. If you see your ex in public, remember, do not initiate contact and you do not display any emotion, just indifference, even if you're crying inside. No contact deep down is putting up boundaries and walls around you to prevent information about your ex getting back to you, which impacts your healing journey. By not breaking no contact, and with each passing minute, you are building up your emotional strength, building up your self-esteem and loving yourself. Listen, I've been there, okay? Every part of your body is asking you to reach out, but you have to resist and push through. Okay, so this part of the podcast, I will quickly just discuss no contact if you have obligations or commitments with your ex, such as kids or you work together. Well, it's very simple and you do not have to complicate things. You only communicate about the matters that currently bind you together, such as kids or your work. You do not discuss the relationship. You do not discuss the breakup or your emotions. Just stay on topic. Please drop any comments below on how to resist the urge to reach out to your ex during no contact. And before I go, I just want to say, stay strong, stay no contact. Please do the inner work and delete the number. You don't need it, nor do you want it. Thank you for listening. And if you are listening to this before you go to bed, good night and sleep well. Remember, no matter how bad you feel, the sun will still rise tomorrow.